Well, hi folks. No, this is loud. Let me step back a little bit. After 2 weeks of not being able to get into the garden at all because of all the rain we had, any of my gardens, we've had about 3 sunny, nice days now, and I'm attempting to try to get things planted before it gets to be too late. So what I've got here is a garden that's still got some wet spots. All the weeds are starting to now come up, and what I'm doing is, because I'm trying to get everything in that I can, and there's a threat of rain later today, I'm not going to try to till the whole garden before I plant. What I'm doing is I'm just running a couple strips, as you can see, where I can put my plants in. I put 1 row of tomatoes in already. I'll come back with another video about that in a little bit, or later. But what I figure is the in-between areas where I'm planting, that's just weed control. I can come back and deal with that even if I have to wait another week or so if we get a couple more days of rain. I don't know, but it's getting late, and especially my plants that I started indoors and bought at the greenhouse, they've been sitting around for a few weeks outside. I've got to get them in the ground before they die. So I'll just see if I can show you the tiller in operation, see if I can do this one-handed or hanging from my neck. I don't know, we'll see what happens. But this is the tiller in action. I have it set deep because I did plow this garden in the fall, so it shouldn't require a huge amount, of preparation. If I had a disc, I would have disked it this spring, and then maybe just even a slight swipe with the tiller would have been enough. But I'm going to have to go over this a couple times just to make sure the soil is loosened and deep enough for the roots to get a good start. With heavy clay soil like I have here, I've really got to work the soil to try to loosen it up, because if it's too compacted, plants just won't grow right. See if I can get to the end of the row here. Okay, let me turn this off for now. And as you can see, there's where the next row is going to go. Now I'm going to come to the left of what you see I just did, go back through, and then come back one more time. So I'm going to make basically 3 passes, and then I'll be able to get things planted. The upper part of the garden there is a disappointment. I did get that upper part tilled and planted before we had all this rain a few weeks ago. I put hills of vine crops in there. I had some squash and some pickling cucumbers, slicing cucumbers, summer squash, and nothing has come up. I'm afraid the seeds have rotted in the ground because we've had, oh gosh, in the last 2 weeks I bet we must have had a good 4 inches of rain, or 5 inches of rain. So this has been a mud pit, as I mentioned in one of my previous videos. So hopefully we're over the worst. We're going to get some rain this weekend and on and off this week, but it's supposed to be just showery and sunny in between. So maybe the ground will have a chance to dry out a little bit. Maybe the plants will get a start. I'm hoping, because I don't want to go into June. We're near at the end of May now. This is about the latest you want to get the garden started. You start planting things in June, then you're going to worry about will it mature in time for the end of the growing season. So that's where I am right now. This is what I'm doing. Hopefully I can give you a video later in the summer when this is all planted and growing and weed free. If I can get caught up here. The weather has been a difficult situation, but as I've said before, when you live out in the country, you learn you have to adapt. You're at the mercy of nature, for good or for bad. And it's not unusual to have a wet spring, but now that we're getting to the end of May, it should be starting to lighten up a bit and get more sunny, bright, hot days. And if that's the case, I need to have everything in the garden ready to start growing. So I will have a few more videos on how the garden goes in, and just follow along with those and give me your tips, your pointers, the things that you do that work for you, and we can share them with anybody else who might see the videos. I'm not a master gardener or a complete expert on this. This is just what I do and what seems to work, and we'll see how it turns out this year. So thank you for watching, and please subscribe to our channel.